Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here again. It is LDO versus GENG this time. GENG still on the red side, LDO on the blue side, as we are already into picks and bans. Dilly, are you there?
I am here.
Welcome, sir. As we already see two bans for Exori, we see Gwen and Riven, and then on the GENG side, we do see a Rammus ban. A lot of people respecting Rave and his Rammus, and then we see a Vex ban as well. Kenny has been known to play a lot of Vex, a very comfortable pick for him.
Yeah, some pretty well-known picks being banned out here on both sides. As well as we see the Vayne pick because we know that LDO does not like playing against that champion.
Yes, and as we do see, it is an Akshan first pick on the side of LDO. Could be Akshan top, could be Akshan mid. We don't know for sure. And as a result, we do see YB is on the Thresh. Got to see the light last game. It was banned away. Got something else. His team possibly didn't like the pick, and they're like, "You're back on Thresh."
That and it's up again. So as far as we know, if Thresh is up and available, Gen G is going to pick it. And we see the Jinx pick up here as well for Gen G. Just a really strong bot pick, especially paired with the Thresh right now. And we'll have to see what LDO wants to answer with here. It looks like they're going to grab the Diana jungle.
Yeah, we see Diana's jungle. We see an Ezreal picked as well on LDO. Sort of picks what the side of Gen G would like to see being used. Whoever Ice Tech is in the chat, I don't know who you are, but hey man, thanks for showing support.
I have not seen
Oh, I think that might be Ed. Sorry.
Faithfuls or Kevin play the Ezreal before, but it's a pretty safe pick. And looks like they're gonna leave the support pick for the second round bans, leaving mid, well potentially mid, potentially top with that flex of action. So we'll have to see what Gen G targets with bans. So we see the Graves pick up as well, one of Tanner's I don't want to say more well-known champions, but he played it quite a bit last season in the mid lane. So transferring that to the jungle, Graves isn't the most difficult champion, so
Mm-hmm.
it should be fine.
Could also be a lane Graves. I mean, with the nerf of shield bow, could possibly be top, could possibly be mid, but probably sort of back in his jungle role since the nerfs. But we'll have to wait and see on that. As we do see a support ban coming out for Gen G, we do see a Lulu ban, and we do see a Victor ban right now being hovered for LDO. Wouldn't be too surprising. They're very AD heavy, would be looking for something with a lot of damage right now. And we do see another I feel like this Gangplank, man, it has to be a meme at this point, right? They must just be
Sunsta
doing it for
has
memes.
has played
Oh,
Gangplank in the
that's true.
past.
No,
I've
he
seen it.
has. Yeah, yeah, no,
But
that's
at
right.
this point, it is most likely an inside joke that they last banned Gangplank every time. I feel like the joke might revolve around Exoria and them not wanting him to pick it, so they ban it out. But I can't confirm or deny that. I know
Mm-hmm.
that Exoria, as far as I've seen, he's really good on the Gangplank, but he would tell you otherwise.
But yeah, Vlad and Victor being banned from LTO makes a lot of sense to me. Trying to get a lot of these AP scaling champions out of the rotation. But we will have to see either top or mid heat picked here for the side of Gen G. And I don't really know what Tarim would go with mid right now. Haven't really seen him play a lot of other things besides the Victor in many games, so we'll have to wait and see what he decides to go with. As we do actually see a Veigar picked up.
I was going to say if I had a chance that Veigar would be a pretty good pick here. I think one, I've seen Terran play it before with the Predator. He just likes to run around the map and make things happen. And two, it's pretty good into the Diana and the action in terms of just anti-engage with his cage, especially in jungle corridors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. As we see the Leona being picked up for the side of LDO. Another thing I didn't want to forgot to bring up, who also definitely being a Thresh player as well. So even bringing more priority to that pick specifically in this matchup.
Definitely, it was interesting. It was definitely a possibility for the B1 on LDO side to pick up the Thresh, take it away from YB. But they wanted to grab the action. They feel that that's a stronger pick right now. We'll
And
see
we
what
do
they
see a
round the comp out
Gnar.
with. Gnar.
Gnar
Sangsta
last
on
pick.
Gnar.
So Sungsta's going to be on the Gnar, and we do see that it is going to be Kenny on the Akshan mid and Ezreal bot for Faithful. Overall, pretty good team comp. I honestly haven't seen Brave play too much Diana, but Diana being very similar, almost like an AP version of Xin Zhao. You know, he's very comfortable on Xin Zhao, so wouldn't be surprised to see that here. As now we get to see a counter pick on the Narv. We do see the Aurelia coming out for Exoria. Pretty excited for him. Let's go. Kenny's in the chat. You know, Kenny's going to have to really step up this game. And yeah, that's sort of where the draft is at the end of this. Any surprising things for you, Dilly, that you would like to talk about?
Nothing terribly surprising. I think a lot of it makes sense. I think that I've seen Raven solo queue lately. He's been playing more of the carry jungler style instead of his typical like Rammus and Hecarim and Volibear type champions. So I'm not too surprised by that. The most surprising one would probably be Sungsta on the Gnar. I'm not sure if he's played too much of it or how well he does on it, but it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it will definitely be interesting to see, especially now going into a counter matchup against Exoria's Aurelia. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out for them this game. As now we are just waiting for GENG to be ready. They are taking a little bit of time. Let me just check on them and make sure everything's all right. It would appear that people on the side of GENG are going for a P. They did just play a game a second ago, so that's not that surprising. Fanta, I'd really appreciate if you didn't write Aurelia like that. That's not okay. In the chat, Dilly, for if you're wondering, he wrote Uwu Iwelia.
I have the chat open.
Oh, you have the chat open too? Whittle Owelia? No, that's not okay. Who? You're supposed to be playing this game? You know, watching the stream could give you an intrinsic advantage. So I don't know. I might have to ban you. And Sungsta's here too, man. Everybody on the LDO team here in the chat. I don't know. Sounds like a debacle of a league to me. Where's the commissioner? As it looks like side of GENG is finally ready as we do finally go into the normal champ select. Another thing, if Crimson is actually watching, I feel like since a lot of teams do the pro draft thing, to make this part faster, we might as well just make it all the game's blind pick.
Impure fools.
Just so we don't have to wait through another champ select that we've already seen.
That's enough.
That's just my
Definitely,
that's my
yeah,
2 cents.
definitely something to think about and take a look at it after this.
I'll mention it in the streamers and streaming and casting chat in the KDL. Which, if you want to be a part of, you know, you could always ask Krim. We're always looking for people to start streaming and casting the KDL. It's a pretty easy environment to get into. You know, you could always have your first cast with people like me, Dilly, Krim, Who. You know, a lot of great guys. You know, I've really enjoyed casting with all of them. And I know that Willow has actually been on for a couple casts as well, and I've heard she's been a joy to be with as well. We're a pretty chill group of people, and especially this season, it feels like we need casters more than ever. So you know, if you're always available, definitely reach out to Krim or Stu about that.
I'm looking at the game here. Which team comp are you liking? Just looking at them head to head here.
There's a lot of question marks, I think. I think I like the GENG comp more, just because it's a bit simpler, right? You just have Vygar Cage, you just have Jinx, you have both of those people late game carries. Aurelia's just a good matchup into Gnar, and the Graves can't really get bullied by Diana too much, and then Thresh is good into Leona. So I feel like in almost every lane, Genji just has priority. So I think I would be favoring them. But obviously, maybe there's a little bit of mental tilt from last game. And I mean, for to be honest, I haven't seen Sunks to play Gnar. I haven't seen much of Rave's Diana, and I haven't seen a lot of Kenny's Akshan. So I can't be the voice of reason when it comes to those champion picks. I don't particularly know how well they do on them. But for right now, if I was looking at these right now with the knowledge I know, I would say Genji has the better comp. What's your opinion, Dilly?
I have to agree. I think Genji does have just a better team fighting comp. I think the Victor, or not the Victor, the Veigar cage is just really good into like Nara engage, Diana engage, action using his grapple hook to get in there. It's really hard to play around it at times, especially if you build CDR on him and it's up constantly.
Do you know what Akshan's E's ability's name is, Dilly?
Of course I don't.
If you wanted to give it a guess.
I have no idea.
Okay. It's Heroic Swing.
Heroic swing. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty lame, right? That sounds like a pretty lame name, at least to me.
Yeah, I just call it the grapple hook.
Mhm. You know his ult's name?
Um, Something made him
No, it's Comeuppance.
come up and okay, I knew it was something weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird, but it's cool. Akshan's a cool character. I like him. He's a card in Legends of Runeterra as well, if you didn't know that. For all you Legends of Runeterra people out there, I heard that we are starting a K-pop Discord Runeterra League for all you card players out there. So if you want more information about that, you could always DM me because we're getting that started.
Is that actually something that's happening?
I don't know. I said it right now, and if people are
Uh,
actually interested, I would be down.
okay. All
Hey,
right.
listen, I think it's a fun card game.
I mean, that's fair.
And if you're
Uh,
wondering, of the champions in this game right now, 8 of the 10 of them are cards in Runeterra. Does that blow your mind, Dilly?
Not really.
Not really. Which
No.
ones which ones don't you think are cards? If you were looking at each comp right now, each team has one champion on their team that's not a card in Runeterra. Which one do you think it is?
Gnar
Okay, good job. It is an R.
and Veigar or Graves.
Ooh, Vagar Graves. So it is one of the two of those people. Which one? Which if you had to guess right now?
I'll say Graves.
Oh wow, Dilly, well done. It is Graves. I feel like that's kind of surprising to me because I feel like when I think of Bilgewater, one of the champions that immediately comes to mind is Graves. So it's pretty interesting to me that he's not a champion, but he's not. Uh, the most recent champion of these ones that's been added is actually Vagar, uh, because he was added with the Yordle expansion.
And Gnar wasn't? Damn, unlucky.
No, Nar wasn't. Unlucky. Yeah, it is pretty unlucky, right? You know, I don't want to say that maybe I was boring people, but I have noticed 5 people have left the chat since we started talking about Runeterra.
It's a very high chance. It's
So-
not the
or
most popular game.
or it's the people I told to stop watching. It's either or. As we do see, it's Elderwood Nar this game. I actually haven't seen this skin in game, so I'm pretty interested to see what it looks like. And now, Dilly, are we going to bat 1,000 today? Are we going to get another Nocturne ult at the start of this game?
If I was a betting man. Oh, I was about to say yes, but it turns out I was
But we
wrong.
didn't! You didn't finish what you were saying, so you're fine. You're off the hook. But we did it. No Nocturne ult. Wow, it's amazing. It's crazy. Who would have thought?
See if we have any shenanigans level 1. LDO, I feel like they're the type of team that wants to try and invade. But I'm not so sure they're stronger level 1 here.
Yeah, I don't know who's... Both teams aren't really particularly that strong level 1. It's just sort of who gets caught out.
And both teams just setting up the 5-point, well, not quite 5-point, but
It's 4-point.
4-point, 4-point deny of invade.
Dilly,
Interesting.
have you ever tried Legends of Runeterra?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. It's somewhat fun, but we're playing League of Legends right now.
that's fair. No, that's fair. You know, that's fine with me. We can. It's all about League.
Ooh, interesting to note, Ezreal went with the Doran's Blade start instead of a longsword on the side of Jinx.
Hmm.
Um, did he go? It's hard to tell, but if he went Inspiration second and has biscuits, then it's not a huge detriment in terms of sustain compared to the Jinx's 3 health
Yeah,
pots.
he went first strike, by the way. So he
Oh
has
right, yeah, you should have them
he
then.
should have biscuits.
And I think first strike is pretty decent here from him. There, first strike Ezreal for me has been very hit or miss. And that's typically only because if you're playing into like an enchanter bot lane, it's pretty hard to get the Q off first before you get poked down by something.
Hmm.
If you're not like playing super careful. So when you're playing into like a Thresh or any type of melee engage support, you can definitely proc it a lot more.
Ooh, as we see, Faithful misses the Mystic Shot there. And flawless duet dodge there from Sungsta as well. Very important. He was still only level 1 and will now just take a bunch of damage from a bunch of auto attacks because Aurelia is fun and balanced.
Yep, full stacks, and those autos are gonna hurt Mini Nair level 1.
Hmm. Especially since Sungsta wasn't able to get level 2. So it was pretty tough for him, just not really having the option to jump out or use his W hyper passive to really get out of there. But yeah, Ixoria just exerting a lot of pressure in that lane. Very different from what we just saw from him last game, where he was in a poor matchup. This game is definitely in a winning matchup, so we'll have to see how well he can convert this into being a carry for his team.
I mean, if you look on the side of uh, of LDO as well, there's other than the Leona or the Nair ult, there's not a whole lot of CC to hold Ixoria back from just tearing through the other team in these
Yeah,
late
this
game
LDO comp
fights.
is definitely very squishy. You know, the only thing is like a Gnar ult or Leona CC. So we're gonna have to see if Leona plays a bit passive. Maybe I would have liked to seen Leona gone Glacial Augment this game. What are your thoughts on that? I feel like Glacial Augment could have been a good option here. Make sure Aurelia had a tough time getting on the back line.
I think Glacial definitely has its place. I'm not 100% sure where it's best yet. I'm not sure if that's the right play this game. You are the support guy, so you probably have a better opinion of that than I would.
Ooh, as Sungsta does get hit by the Flawless Duet, will most likely eat 2 keep for this. Ooh, as Ixoria decides not to go for it, maybe his Q is on cooldown. But yes, Sungsta just getting the worst of each of these trades right now is definitely struggling in this lane. Ixoria exerting a lot of pressure on him. And yeah, at least for me, I feel like Glacial is good when it's a lot of dive. You know, like when I feel like there's a lot of assassins, a lot of dive, since there is that component of the person does reduce damage while they're being slowed. I feel like that's a part that sometimes people overlook. Um,
Which I think Glacial then would be good on the side of Thresh this game.
that's also true. Yeah, could have been good on both of them. I think it's like another option from Guardian. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So on people where you feel like you could have gone Guardian, it's good to go to Glacial. As we do see, Vigar is running down bot lane, does have the Predator available, but is spotted out by a ward. Will not have anything come of that. Lots of pings coming out. Really good job of warding from the side of LDO right now, sniffing out that gank. As we do see, it is a 400 gold difference already this early into the game. Basically all of that coming from top lane, you know, Sungsta being down 20 CS. You know, from playing with Sungsta for a while, knowing Sungsta, I know that when he's struggling, it can be hard for him to keep his head in the game. So I would like to see Rave go up there, to try and ease some pressure, possibly get a gank off before Sungsta gets a bit too
Tanner's gonna find Rave doing this dragon here as well.
Oh yeah, wait, he didn't.
Oh, he
Wait,
did
he
not
walked
see
by
him.
him. He didn't see him. Oh,
He
and
was
now the
looking mid.
Oh, he didn't care. He was going mid, and then the flash, the flash primordial burst from Tarim will take down Kenny there. First blood for the side of Tarim. I was sort of not really paying attention to the fight because I was looking at whether or not Graves was going to fight the Diana on the dragon, but yeah, I guess he just didn't care. I guess he just wanted to go for the mid fight.
Yeah, he didn't care or didn't quite see him. Maybe he was looking mid instead of on his own character there.
Yep. As we do see, it is now already a 1.2k gold lead. Pretty early into this game, but I will say the side of LDO does have that early dragon stacking, and you know, getting an early soul could be a way for them to win this game. As we see Flame Chompers used, maybe just wanted to be safe as he started his back. And yeah, the next dragon is a cloud one, so we still have available Ocean Mountain and Infernal and the Chemtech Soul as well. So it could be any of those, as we do see more trading in the top side right now. Zoria does have to be careful though. This is a pretty fat wave, as we do see it could be a 2v2 here in the top lane. But the Nard did use his hop already, so not really able to get in and help Rave really exert a lot of pressure there. But does thwart off that gank. Good presence by Rave, being able to track where Tanner is and where he would be on the map. As we do see, YB did leave as well. Exoria is going for this fight. Might see him use the ult here. Decides against it. Might use it if Sungsta walks out too far. But yeah, another really good trade from Exoria. And yeah, Sungsta has to play really safe. Is going to have to back in with the wave in a really bad spot. Frozen just outside of turret range. Deciding against it. Trying to do something about it, but I don't think he can really do anything, especially after he becomes Mega. There's really no options for him once he becomes Mini again. He's just going to try to push in this wave and then hopefully get back to base. But yeah, does land the flawless duet on Exoria. Exoria is taking a lot of damage from this minions, but he doesn't really care as the Blade Surge does give him the healing back. And yeah, the wave is just looking in a really bad spot for Sungsta right now, as Exoria was able to freeze it.
Yep, that's not what you want against Nyrelia. Sungsta's also going to use the TP to get back to lane here.
And can't TP to the minions.
Nope.
Because of new TP.
We're seeing CS leads start to blossom, you know, across the board. Top, jungle, mid, AD, they all got an advantage in CS here.
Yeah, everywhere. The CS discrepancy isn't the biggest in the other lanes, obviously. Is a bit significant in top, especially now with XP as well with the frozen lane. It's going to be really hard for Sungsta to get up there to really contest the minions. As we do see Tarim is pushing in mid as well. Oh, but we do see Aaron is here top lane. Will use the Moonfall. Exoria does end up using that flash. Overall, good gank from Rave there. Does get Exoria's flash and does provide a way for Sungsta to break this freeze. Exoria does have the TP though, could TP back immediately. So would like to see them like hard shove that wave so he can't freeze it again. And yeah, Rave's going to come back up there to make sure that wave is pushed in. Exoria will end up using that TP, but I mean overall really good. They did get the flash and did force the TP out of him. So the next time that Rave comes top for that gank could definitely work in his favor.
Definitely could, and like you said, really good gank by Rave to get the flash out of the Irelia. Takes a lot of kill pressure away from her. So we'll have to see if there's a revisit gank here soon by Rave.
And for anyone who's concerned, the Bingo, who is deathless, is still alive this game. I know some people were talking about before the game, so make sure, you know, don't mark it yet, but keep it in the corner of your eye. It's definitely still available.
Yeah, other than top lane and the 1 kill mid lane, not a whole lot happening in the early game here. Both teams kind of handshaking farm.
Just some farm, which I mean, for the side of GENG is sort of what they want to happen. You know, Jinx and 1ghr scale so well. Aurelia, even though she has so much early game pressure, does scale really well as well. So, I mean, these champions are fine with what's going on, and I mean, they're up CS everywhere, almost up 2k gold just from CS, basically.
yeah, we're starting to see quite the CS gap in the top lane here.
It's another flawless duet lands from Exoria, you know, just doing these stuns so perfectly well, barely catching Sungsta every single time. And yeah, I mean, he's just struggling right now. You know, built the Ninja Tabby first, but you know, not much else really going for him. Not really stopping this Aurelia onslaught in the lightest.
No, you know, it's not easy to stop the Irelia onslaught. I think
That's for
if
sure.
you've played on the opposite end of an Irelia lane, unless you have a hard counter,
Ooh,
it's
Rave is here
miserable.
bot though. Rave is here bot. He's looking for a gank, looking for the Q, looking for the Moonblade. Who's not trying to give it away right now, as we do see Rave goes in, does land the Moonfall, the Solar Flare comes in as well, lots of damage coming out. They are going to kill Fishy, will kill YB as well. Really good gank from Rave. They're getting the 2-for-1 for LDO, putting this gold back to even, and yeah, right as Dragon spawn. Now with Tanner topside, they are going to be able to get this Dragon, continue this Dragon stacking. Really good gank from Rave overall, and Sungsta, of course, sniffing out that Mr. Chaewon could be looking for a play top lane, is going to back off here. He is probably going to drop that. Oh no! I saw it! I saw it coming from the base. I was like, please, dear God, please don't be a steal. Oh no! It's a steal, and now it's a disaster for the side of LDO. They were gonna get the dragon, they were gonna be ahead in the dragon stacking, and now that just puts them down 6 minutes ahead as well. Oh man, I saw that coming, and I was like, oh, it shouldn't be an issue. Oh,
I
that's
mean,
so tragic.
I've done that quite a few times playing with you, Poseidon, so you're no stranger to the damage that Jinx ult does on Dragon when you're ulting from, you know, from base and stuff like that. So if you're not conscious of it and prepared to block it or wait it out,
Yeah, I
then
mean,
there's a pretty good chance
Faithful
that
or
you can
who
steal
had
it.
to be, they both walked bot. Somebody had to be thinking about tanking that. But yeah, really tough for them, as we do see a lot of CC coming out to Kenny here. Kenny does take a lot of damage, but is not dead right now. Surprised to see him not going Wits End first item. I feel like I saw a lot of Akshans do that before, and Kenny might just be dead here. And Kenny is dead.
Lots of counterplay right there.
I mean, don't get hit by 2 Event Horizons in a row.
I mean, yeah, but it feels bad on the side of action. We see the
Solar Flare
flash
comes
from
out.
who?
The flash from who? They gotta wait out the Event Horizon. He does flash away. He's flashing towards Exoria, though this is really bad. They need to stop chasing this. They're gonna die. They're gonna die. Oh, it's dead. Who's gonna die? Oh, but a shutdown goes over to Rave. Oh, who's alive? The bingo stays alive. Rave sacrifices himself for the bingo. Let's go.
YB throws the lantern in there to pick up the little assist.
And yeah, I mean, that is, you know, not to poke fun there. It is a good play from Rave getting the shutdown onto Vygar there, as we do see Sungsta has nothing, and Exoria just kills him. But Exoria
Exoria's
does get
also going
traded
to die.
back. So I mean, good job by Sungsta, you know, making him use his ulti. Did burn the flash though, but does trade back a kill. And yeah, just didn't have any of the rage to go Mega Gnar anytime soon there. So yeah, good play by Exoria, but good job by Sungsta trading it back.
Definitely an interesting to note. Faithful Israel. Oop, as we see the skirmish in the mid lane. Nothing too much going to come of that. But he ended up rushing the Manamune instead of his Sheen item here.
Do most people rush Sheen item on Ezreal?
Yeah, you typically would rush either your Sunderer or your Essence Reaver, depending on which build path you're going, and then build your Manamune second. Because typically it's not going to be stacked up until you finish buying your Manamune anyway.
Ooh, Rave is here mid. Misses the E, but does have the ult here. Ooh, but almost gets one shot by Vygar there. Exoria is here, though, does land a really big stun. Is going to possibly kill Faithful here, but actually isn't in range. Oh, and this is disastrous. Ooh, but they do get the res onto Rave here, who, running for his life, is not able to get out of there.
Almost
Sunset is
Mega
here, though. Sunset is almost Mega, does get exhausted. Overall, right now, I think it was a 3 for 2. 3 for 1. So yeah, not the best right now for LDO, but could salvage this with Sungsta's Mega. But we do see the death sentence does land, but will not follow up on. Ooh, we see the Moonfall come out. Heroic Swing used as well, but he walks right into the stun. That's not really what you wanted to do. Death sentence lands. The Q from the Graves cleans up Vang there. And yeah, just a bit of a misplay from the side of LDO. The Event Horizon again, Everfrost used as well. This Vigar is very annoying, as YB steals the kill.
And that's what I was saying in Champ Select as well. The Vagar pick just heavily counters what Diana and Action want to do, and that is, you know, go in on top of him. We saw it right there. Kenny tried to use the Action E, the heroic swing, as Poseidon recently informed me, to, you know, clean up the kill on Tanner, and Terran was waiting there to drop down the cage.
That was a nice Q there by Tanner. Hit the wall, didn't do any damage to the red buff.
Happens sometimes.
Somehow it always happens to Tanner. Have you noticed that? I feel like every time we see him play Graves, he does that at least once a game. Factor cap.
I have no memory. I'm not sure.
We'll have to look in the old KDL VODs for that one. But we do see it is now a 5k gold lead on the side of LDO, and I mean, the Vigar is really far ahead. Jinx is reasonably far ahead, but yeah, the rest of the lanes are so far ahead. Eclipse right now for the Graves, and Blade, and the pieces, and a Noon Quiver for Exoria. And it's going to be really hard for LDO to get back in this game. They have to force something here, and it looks like they're forcing something bot side. They do have 4 people down here. They brought Sungsta down. The Death Sentence hits a minion. As we do see the Zenith Blade is used, Fishy does end up flashing. Sungsta is Mega. They could force something here. The Solar Flare comes out. It slows both of them. Arcane Barrage comes out. Really well played from LDO as the TP comes in from 2 people, though, as the stun comes in. Oh, they are going to be routed here. Exoria gets 2 kills. Vigar gets 2 kills. And yeah, it's a... Faithful is running for his life here.
Red team double kill.
That little guy's fast.
He's fast. And he kills him
No,
with an auto attack. That's tragic. As we do see the ace coming out for LDO, for GENG there. Just a really good double TP from Exoria and from Tarim, completely wiping the board with them. And yeah, I mean, they tried to force something, but force something on the wrong side of the map. You know, TP's up on the other solo laners, and just sort of got punished for it.
Yep. Both laners definitely like had their finger on the trigger, ready to TP as soon as they knew that was happening as well. So good on them for being ready to TP in there and clean house.
Yeah, now Tarim's just so far ahead on this Vigar. It was going to be so hard to do anything to him for the rest of the game. You know, he's level 13 now. He does have the Event Horizon max as well as his Q. The CD on that is just so low. It's going to be so hard for LDO to find windows to really get in there and do some damage. As also, Tarim most likely did go for Ingenious Hunter this game with Predator Boots and Everfrost. That Everfrost cooldown is going to be significantly lower as well. And it's just going to be so hard for them to deal with the roots and the slows and the movement speed from Vigar. He's going to be such a menace for the rest of this game.
I'm not exactly sure what the game plan is to get on top of him and shut him down, but it is not going to be easy.
Oh, for sure, not going to be easy. As we do see some more, we're going back to normal right now. Everybody's just farming a little bit. And yeah, I mean, this first pick, Aksha, just not really working out for the side of LTO as well. You know, really wanted him to have a lot of pressure, a lot of priority in mid lane, but as you can see, he's just not really... Oh, that's a really good Evo. But Exoria is just a bit too strong right now. But we do see the Arcane Barrage, the Arcane Barrage did take him down there. So really well played from him, as Sungsta and Rave both go for a play on top side. Doesn't work out, double kill for Tarim. But they did clean up Exoria there with a good Arcane Barrage on the bot lane. Really well played there by Faithful.
Yeah, and fights happening across the map. Oh, we see the flash engage
flash
from
solar
who?
flare. He tried to walk around the Flame Chompers for the Zenith Blade, but
no.
actually... Ooh, the Flash Mystic Shot.
Flash
He gets him.
Q
He gets him. Really good job by Faithful, who I like the idea, but just barely got nicked by that last Flame Chomper. But hey, a kill's a kill. It's what they need. And right now, Faithful getting 2 kills here could possibly be a threat in this game. You know, the rest of his team might struggle to get out of Vigar Cage, but with an Arcane Shift, it shouldn't be that much of an issue for him.
It shouldn't be an issue for him to get out of the cage, but it just comes down to how much Ezreal can, or how much damage can one Ezreal do in these team fights, right? So, Veigar
no.
popping the
Who
Predator.
has found the Hagar, and I don't know if it's somebody he wants to interact with. It is he now running for his life. Does get hit by the W there. Will get hit by another Event Horizon. Is stuck in the cage. Tarim does have his ult here, but doesn't look like he wants to use it. Will have to end up using that flash, and now decides to use it. But since he was so cheeky with his ult there, will end up paying the price for it. Does end up flashing. It does end up going down. Really good job from the side of LDO. Would have liked to see them go for Baron, but I guess they just didn't have enough damage to do anything there.
I guess not quite, no, but
Yeah, with Kenny was bot, and it was just if anything, it was like Sunksta and Rave, maybe just not having the damage output they need to do it. A little scared of the TPs as well.
yeah, getting that shutdown gold though is really, really good.
As we do see Exoria is TPing to this top lane. For some reason feels like defending a top outer turret. I guess just for flex purposes. Says, I don't even need both of my summoner spells. Go ahead, you're not getting this turret.
I mean, it does have the objective bounty on it as well, so they want to deny as many ways as possible for LDO to get back into the game.
Mm-hmm. So you do see Sunksta, I mean, he is holding his own in this top lane. He's only a level down, Exoria getting a lot of kills earlier in this game. But yeah, I mean, this matchup is just so hard for Gnar, especially if he ever goes mini at the wrong time, He just it's such a hard time to get away from Aurelia, especially if you can't dodge the E, which, I mean, Exoria has shown is very hard to do if you're very experienced on the character.
Yep, he's been tagging Sunkster with a lot of them so far.
This Terror does just walk over this big board. We'll get rid of it. The Event Horizon is used. Not much coming out for it, though, as we do see Dragon has spawned. It is a Chemtech soul this. Oh, the Event Horizon catches who is not long for this world. He uses the Solar Flare, does land the slow onto Fishy, but not much else. This is now 4v5 without your Leona, your real one engaged kind of champion, and it's gonna look hard. It's basically gonna have to be a steal from Rave here. And he doesn't get it. So we do see Exoria just literally takes half of Rave's health bar with like Q and 2 auto attacks. At this point in the game, it is looking really rough for LDO. As he is now running away from the Veigar, does end up flashing, but is most likely just going to go down to Primordial Burst. Does end up using the Zonias, but it doesn't really matter, as they kind of just wait it out and end up killing him again. Ooh, the flash death sentence from YB is good. He gets the kill. Tanner is on a rampage. Everybody's on a rampage. This game's looking very dire right now for LDO.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough here. Still, not impossible, but very difficult to come back in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Just the amount of pressure that Tarim is exerting here. He's just walking fully forward. Oh.
Ooh, that's a big moonfall from Rave, but it just doesn't do enough. They're too far behind. They kill YB, but at what cost? The 4 people go down. And so it was a good ult, it was a good idea, but they're just too far behind right now for these ults to really mean anything.
Yeah, that was a really good engage.
Oh, he just gets flashed on by Exoria. Oh my god. Has to flash himself.
Yeah, they trade flashes. I don't think they end here though. They don't quite have the
Oh, they
minions to do
definitely
it.
could have ended, but it looks like they're like slightly BMing.
Yeah.
I mean, Tarim went to go take blue and Tanner went top lane. The Arcane Barrage stops the Jinx back. Oh, but Tarim's coming around. He's lurking. He's lurking. He's got the Predator up. He's looking for somebody. Looks like he found Sunksta. Does land the Everfrost. Oh my god. That was Everfrost Q ult, and it one-shot the Gnar. As the Death
Sure
Sentence
did. Through
lands.
Sterix.
Yeah, through Sterix. That's pretty gross. As Rave just gets one shot. Who has to flash away, running for his life. Vang using the E to get out of there as well. And yeah, this is just looking like GG right now for the side of LDO. Not really much they can do right now. Has to E out of the GENG cage, as we do see Flash Everfrost use and the W. And of course, Term is BMing and doesn't actually kill Faithful. That kind of sucks when you're BM and then don't get the kill. And now he might actually die. Yep, that's the second time this game Term has BM'd and hasn't gotten the kill, and instead has died for it.
Yep. The end result will most likely be the same though, with a GENG victory.
Yeah, I mean, they're up 16k, so you'd have to do that like another 10 times for that to be significant. But yeah, I mean, looking pretty tough right now.
So it does have the Mega, but GENG seems pretty aware of that, and they're backing off for the time being.
You know, that Gnar skin kind of reminds me of Shadow of the Colossus. You know?
I haven't had a good look at it.
At least Mega Gnar kind of looks like one of the Colossi from it. Looks kind of cool. I like it. Oh, while we were talking about that, they got Baron. Tarim now just running in, dodges the Solar Flare. The Event Horizon does land onto Who. Who now 1 HP, does Zenith Blade in, but it does not matter. The Moonfall does connect from Rave. They do end up killing Tarim here. They do get a revive on Rave. Rave is back in the mix, but it looks like he's just out again. As we do see the Collector coming out, killing, literally one-shotting two people. And yeah, it's looking like GG here. It's an ace for the side of GENG. And yeah, you know, they lost to GME, but they at least get to clean it up with a pretty clean win against LDO. But yeah, just a pretty clean game for them overall. You know, besides Tarim, randomly inting away like 2 or 3 deaths. You know, a pretty clean game overall. He did end up doing the most damage in the game, followed by Zoria and Faithful on the Ezreal. So right now we are going to talk to LDO first, as they are the losers of this game, and then we will talk to GENG about both of their games from today. Let me just give me 1 second to pull in LDO real quick.
Hey, yo.
LDO, welcome. How's everyone doing? It was pretty tough loss there at the end. You know, how are you feeling after that one?
I think we were pretty chill. I'll have to watch the game back. We were chill until like 15-ish minutes, and then we kind of started making like there was 2 main mistakes we made, that fight mid and that dive bot lane, which kind of I think caused the collapse in terms of the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, I think we were playing pretty decently. Like we improved quite a bit on some of the things we said we were gonna do, especially me and Kev. I think we played laning phase pretty well, and we had that really nice play where we killed him under tower early on with Rave. So I think we made a lot of improvements, but you know we still had those kind of. We'll have to see I'll have to go back and see what happened with those 2 cut fights. Kind of I think definitely turned the game.
Yeah, for sure. That bot lane dive, you know, looking like a good play at first, then sort of falling to the wayside after the double TPs. I guess just as a team questions, were you guys surprised to see the Vigar pick come out from Tarim? Was it something you were expecting? Or just kind of caught
I'd
you
say
off
we were
guard?
surprised. We didn't really expect the Vigar pick to come in at all.
Mm-hmm.
We were mostly target banning Ixoria, and obviously in the draft. I guess we weren't really too concerned about what gets picked in the mid lane, but it was definitely a surprise. And obviously, like he went Predator as well, which is kind of annoying on Vigar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And then also, I just wanted to get your guys' insight into this Akshan first pick. Was it something that you thought that Kenny felt really comfortable on, or was it something that you felt like you kind of had to take away from Exoria or someone on the other team?
It's something that Kenny's been playing a lot recently and really improving on, so we
Mm-hmm.
thought it would be a pretty good first pick for him.
Okay, that makes sense. And then you guys have one more game this week.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Who
Tomorrow,
do you guys play tomorrow?
World Enders.
World Enders.
World Enders. How do you guys feel going into that game?
We'll try our
I
strat
mean,
again tomorrow.
looking forward to getting our first win tomorrow and being able to go to sleep tomorrow with the knowing that we destroyed their bottom lane, and even though they pick Swain, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So you're gonna expect the Swain pick and then look to counter it.
We will let them pick the Swain. We won't ban the Swain. We'll let them pick the Swain, and then we'll gap them. That's what's gonna happen.
Very smart. I like that. And then also, Dilly, do you have any questions for LDO?
Nope, nothing from me. I think you covered everything.
All right. Well, thank you guys for playing, and I look forward to your game tomorrow. And good luck with that one as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As that was LDO here with us. And now we are going to be talking to GENG, who lost to GME and then beat LDO.
What up?
Gentlemen,
Yo.
you lost to GME. Does the loss feel less bad after beating LDO?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
not even close.
Okay.
Way better.
And we kind
Way
of,
better.
Really?
honestly, I think Jimmy is the best team in the tournament after
Yeah.
today, obviously. But
Yeah, I agree. And we actually like handled ourselves pretty well to early and mid game. Like mid game, we just kind of fell apart after.
We know what we need to work on.
The sort of you guys looked good at the beginning of the game. And there's sort of one thing that me and Dilly kind of talked about on the desk here at Madison Square Garden. Was sort of the we were sort of surprised by the J4 pick, just because they had already picked Corki and Ezreal. Feel like those are two champions you can't really lock down that well with
That's what I'm
Cataclysm.
saying.
So just sort of curious as to why you guys decided to go with that over something with like a bit more hard engage. Perhaps like a Skarner or like
Yeah.
Sejuani or something coming out of the jungle.
The
I've
thing
been
is,
telling this guy Sejuani for the
Tanner,
past like 2
he
weeks, man.
doesn't play those champs. So I was given
Dude,
the
okay.
option. No,
Okay.
let me speak. You dog.
Talk.
I'm the captain. Let me speak. We were given the choice between Viego or a tanky build Viego, quote unquote, which is like what?
No.
What?
Bruise or
Or
Viego.
J4.
Bruise or
Like,
Viego.
how am I given only those two champs and like, oh yeah, so we definitely want a Viego here, right? We can only go J4. There was no other choice. He gave us two options, so I just chose the better one.
Dude, okay, we're gonna act like that was why we lost the game after I gapped so hard for the first 20 minutes of the game. I was legit
I'm not even
destroying
saying,
them.
I'm not even saying that's why you
This
guys
guy's
lost the
mad.
game. Listen,
No,
Tanner.
Terram is. This is not with you.
Tanner,
I'm arguing with Terram now.
Tanner, we like,
You
us
are.
at the KDL here love you for your content. And it's just sort of interesting. You got really far ahead, and then it just sort of felt like you didn't do anything.
Cause I'm better. I'm literally better, dude. And like the thing is I was so much better, but it didn't matter. Look, did you watch the entire early game, bro? It was double kill after double kill, bro. I was stomping, bro. My ego was sky high.
So then
they would lose.
also
But,
another thing
doesn't matter.
to talk about, why B? Why be on
Yo,
the
what's
Lux? I saw, I don't, the stream can't see the chat, but there was a time right before Dragon, YB got hit by an EQ for 80% of his health,
With
and
flash.
then an Ezreal ult, and I saw you ping his flash a couple times.
Yeah, I did.
So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was too busy screaming about how much damage that Jace EQ did because that shit is
This
not
dude,
okay.
this dude was
Dude,
literally like,
he's
there's
so
no way that's
slow, man.
balanced. And
Like,
then
he is
I
so
see, I
slow.
literally see the Ezreal. I'm like,
Why
Ezreal,
he is
and
so
this guy doesn't
slow?
W. This guy doesn't flash.
So-
he did nothing.
So after that game, Whiteby, is this a pick? Like
We
Thresh
will never
wasn't
see it
available.
again.
So Thresh wasn't available this game. Is Lux sort of the default after the Thresh?
Hell no! What the hell? I play that shit in
Well,
ARAM only. What?
Well, I wanted him to play Shaco jungle.
Oh,
What?
Shaco's
What are you saying,
What
man?
are you talking about?
What are you
talking
okay,
about?
okay.
What are
Since
you
we're
saying?
gonna
Talking about
since
YD?
we're,
I
since we're
wanted
gonna go
to
down
see
the
a
list,
Shaco jungle.
since we're gonna go down the list and complain about everybody's faults, Tarum, just
Yo.
a couple questions about that last game. Could have definitely ended that game deathless, but possibly BM'd a bit too much on the Veigar at the end of that game.
That's worth it.
Were you
It is worth
worried
it.
at all, or was that just like sending a message to the other team?
Oh, it was definitely. How would I be worried? Were we not like 20k gold up?
Yeah,
We were 18K at the end.
Tanner was flame rising.
A bit of a horizon over there.
Yeah, a bit of a horizon against Rave. Like I was
I was
like
up like
14 kills
130
up on my
CS, yeah.
laner.
Yo,
Like-
yo. How do you focus your prio on bot and I see your fucking dragon? Like that's so funny to me. Yo, guess what? Guess what? I'm really the greatest of all time. I
Oh,
beat
no.
my KDL. I'm
No.
the KDL. I'm the
Let
goat.
No.
Oh man.
I'm sorry about him. I'm sorry. We can't control him.
Okay, so last question just goes over to Xoria from me, and then we'll ask if Dilly has any questions. Xoria, the first game was a bit of a struggle for you. The Yone Chase matchup with a lot of jungle pressure from the Trundle. Do you just feel like Jay is one of the best top laners in the tourney, or do you feel like with different matchup, perhaps a bit more jungle pressure, that matchup could really be you winning that?
I was kind of happy with how the early game went, considering Trundle's presence in the top lane. Like
Mhm.
I think I ended the early to mid game with 3-1, but
Yeah, you were
it was
3-1.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I looked at the stats for that matchup, realized it was gonna be bad. And I just really wanted to play Yone, and I did. I was surprised that pick wasn't questioned earlier because I definitely
Because your team was still like reverberating from the fact that Tanner said I could go Viego or Tanky Viego.
Yeah, I draft with shit.
So they were still working through that. So you guys think
Right.
you could beat GM if you draft a little better next time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yone's also
I mean,
not a comfort pick
Dude,
for me
shit,
at
like
all.
Corki's so broken.
How pissed broken is Corky?
Corky is not
Mhm,
balanced. Like,
mhm.
like literally, Beater's champ pool is the most cringe. Dude, who plays Olivia and Corky, man? Like, get a life.
Mm-hmm. No, it makes sense.
Facts.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? Like, those
No, I
champs are
agree.
so broken.
No, that's
Like,
fine. Yeah, that's fine. We could all agree on that.
Olivia is so giga broken.
No, we could agree on that. So in any case, so now you've played LDO, you've played GME. Who'd you guys
And
play the
INS.
first week?
INS.
You played
Yeah.
INS. Is there any team you're particularly worried about going forward, or you feel like
No,
you
no, I'm not. No. Shut up.
GME,
Shut up.
and
Shut
now
up.
you're
Shut up. Shut up. No speaking.
This
I
guy.
can't wait to play you guys. I'm waiting for that retirement party too. You guys got 2-0 by me. The fuck is wrong?
What is he talking about? No, but no,
Yo,
realistically,
thank you for
I
that.
think,
I got a free Thresh skin from that. Thank you, man.
World Enders is the only team that I think is like second, I guess. Honey Butter Chip is also going to be, I guess, maybe kind of spooky. It's really them and World Enders.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we've all been performing though. I think I'm performing a lot better on jungle than I expected and anybody else really expected. I've been doing pretty good on like every game we played. Granted, it was against
Guy's
INS.
ego, man.
But man, let me get to you next, bro. Like I was literally about to get to you. Like, can you shut up, man? I'm saying I've been playing well. You've been playing well. We've had
I
our
know
top
I've been
laner, but
playing
obviously playing well. Shut up. Your ego is huge. Our bot lane's been doing better than we expected. I think just all around, our results are a lot better right now than we had anticipated. So I think we might be a solid second. Who knows?
Okay, I like that. I like that confidence. Dilly, do you have any questions before we wrap the stream?
Nope. Nothing
How long
from
has it
me.
been? How long has this interview been? I'm just curious.
It's
for, like,
definitely been like
content?
5 minutes. Sorry, guys.
5 minutes? Do you think we can maybe make it 10?
No, we can't do
Alright,
that.
no, we can't make it 10?
Sorry. No. We're not
Just
gonna
curious.
we're not gonna extend interviews for bingo here.
I mean, okay, but like we could, like, there's no, like, nobody's stopping us.
Nah,
Like,
I mean,
like, technically, how long has it? Like,
I'm
anybody timing
kinda
it? Like,
stopping us. Yeah, I mean,
no,
I've been
can somebody tell
kinda
me in general?
timing
Can
it.
somebody tell me in general KDL or how long it's been? Has somebody been timing? Can somebody
It's
check?
been like 5-6 minutes. It's
Okay,
been
but
like,
can they tell me?
okay. Thank you very much,
No, but, like,
Chicky, as always. It's been a pleasure. Good luck with the rest of your game.
Oh my.
All right, there we go. It's over. Thank you very much. As always, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Dilly, do you have anything to say before we sign off?
Nope. Just have a good night, and we've got 3 games tomorrow as well. So tune in for those.
Yeah, and as always, thanks for watching the KDL. If you need any updates or anything on the schedule, be sure to follow the Discord. Thank you guys so much, and enjoy the rest of your